What's up, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Money. In case you just landed on this planet, I'm going to fill you in on some news. Everyone on the internet has banded together and they are investing in stocks that have been shorted by large hedge funds in probably the biggest and maybe the only retail investor short squeeze that I can remember. And there's been some unintentional beneficiaries of this, and one of them being AMC. And today we're going to discuss how Reddit, Wallstreetbets, and other folks on the internet have likely saved AMC from going bankrupt. So AMC is the largest theater operator in the world, and it has been in decline for quite a while, several years at this point, because it really has an outdated business model that's similar to the retail business model that is just getting destroyed by online retailers like Amazon and even like discount and online retailers like Walmart, etc. They have a ton of brick and mortar locations because to go to a theater, you have to have a brick and mortar location, and those are typically in very expensive real estate areas, and then they are also extremely specialized buildings because obviously you have to have an auditorium with large screen, projector rooms, and you can't just build this into any old warehouse, and then again, you can't just sell this off if you don't need those properties. So this business is stuck with these expensive specialized structures all over the country, all over the world. In addition, it takes lots of people to operate these theaters, and even if they are lower wage or even minimum wage or part-time folks that you don't have to pay benefits to, it still ends up being quite a bit of money when you are an extremely large employer of people. There's been a lot of competition to the theater industry. As far as streaming apps, if you have those, there's a lot of great content that's now available through streaming apps. Even like things like YouTube and such are taking away that entertainment time, that entertainment dollar from the theaters. In addition to that, home theater has gotten so much better over the past 10, 20 years with large screen TVs, extremely high definition 4K projectors that can project large images on walls that are very similar to movie screens, and then the audio portion of the theater experience is being replicated better and better within the home environment, and then you don't have to go out and deal with people if you're kind of an introvert. You can pause the movie when you need to use the restroom. You can buy popcorn for less than $10 a pail, et cetera, et cetera. You don't have people talking while you're in the movie. In a lot of ways, the classic theater model has been under attack for quite a while, and the industry just hasn't been doing well altogether. So in 2018, Silver Lake Investments and AMC worked out a bond issuance of convertible bonds worth $600 million in order to prop up the theater chain and try to keep them moving towards a sustainable future. Now, if you're not familiar with a convertible bond, it is very similar to a loan for businesses, but with an option to convert that debt to stock if the stock price reaches the right amount. And this is similar to a call option where it gives the investor the option to purchase a stock at a price set in the future. They don't have to, but they have an option to do that. So AMC now had $600 million of debt that they had to service for the long haul to try to get them through to some measure of profitability and ongoing sustainability. As another hit to their business, COVID hit at the beginning of 2020 and was forced theaters to shut down because obviously you can't just have a bunch of people all in close proximity with a virus that is raging that is passed through the air, quite easily. Bankruptcy was a very real concern for AMC, and the hedge funds began to short AMC, increasing the downward pressure on the company's stock. Ticket sales, as you can imagine, through 2020 were just dismal, and they fell industry-wide from 1.2 billion in ticket sales in 2019 to only 224 million ticket sales in 2020. And as you can imagine, an equivalent revenue decrease to those ticket sales. So things were looking fairly awful for the world's largest theater chain. But what wasn't looking awful was the unlimited upside potential of smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm. They say that if everyone would smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, that more and more people would smash it, and we could potentially send the value of the YouTube like button to the moon. So in comes the people from Wallstreetbets, a subreddit of the popular internet forum Reddit. In an attempt to squeeze short sellers, they begin to buy up AMC, GameStop, and others to increase the share prices, causing hedge funds to lose tens of billions of dollars. The share prices of AMC increased to the level needed to convert those $600 million of bond debt into stock shares in AMC, relieving AMC of that $600 million of debt and payments. And with the continual rise of the share price, Silver Lake was able to sell their equity stake for $713 million. AMC was also able to capitalize on the run-up by selling about $304.8 million of new shares. So seemingly out of nowhere, people from the internet banded together to squeeze these hedge fund short sellers, benefiting AMC to the tune of getting them out of $600 million of debt, raising the $304.8 million of new equity for them, as well as benefiting the folks that had issued AMC the debt in order to get them, through to whatever sort of profitability they could get to in the future by selling those shares for $713 million. And again, this was all brought together by individual retail buyers coming together on the internet and attempting to squeeze the hedge funds and get them to bleed tens of millions of dollars. Now, AMC, even though things are looking up for them right now, still has a fairly long road to hoe. But it does have a few advantages going forward in the future. The theater experience is still a one-of-a-kind experience as far as the screen, the sound, just the way everything is laid out, and being able to view these large, especially the big-time releases, these epic movies like your Star Warses and such, in a theater with that full immersive experience. In addition, they have the benefit of nostalgia on their side. Lots of folks took their, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, etc. to the movies, and there are a lot of fond memories of that. People like taking their kids or going out on a date to the movies, and they will always have that nostalgia that you can't get at home by sitting on your couch or if you have a home theater and watching it on the screen. There's a sense of community in going to theaters, watching movies with everyone else. Everyone laughs at the same time, and it builds in a lot with that theater experience, so to speak. And then they've also started adding some value-added options such as luxury seating. They've added recliners in a lot of the theaters. You can now get luxury seating where they can provide you with food if you want to purchase it, drinks, etc. Just anything that they can do to enhance that theater experience and keep people coming in for their brick and mortar stores versus, just staying home and watching it on their television. So guys, that is how AMC Theaters got an unlikely bailout from an extremely unlikely source. I think it's pretty cool that all went down the way that it did, and who knows if we're seeing just the beginning of this movement to squeeze these hedge funds and the short sellers, or if this is a flash in the pan 2-week type of thing. I think it really depends on if the folks on the internet can keep up their coordination and essentially acting like a crowd-funded hedge fund. I would appreciate if you guys give me a big thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. That really helps, and that really helps more people see this content as well as getting more of that on your feed. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Grow your wealth, increase your success, put you on the road to financial freedom. I appreciate you guys watching today, and I'll see you in the next one.